Welcome, and today Contrast Forecasting will be presenting the color and trend forecast for fall and winter of 2014 and 2015. We are focusing on three megatrends: evolution and the flight, iWorld, and reduce. We will dedicate the first half to color forecasting. Let's start with evolution and the flight. The megatrend refers to the millennial generation and their ability to travel anywhere to fulfill their dreams, and they have no limitations. Here is an inspiration board for evolution and the flight. The colors for evolution and the flight are rich and bold, just like the lives of those taking part in this lifestyle. The second megatrend, iWorld, involves technology and its connection to the world and society. The colors for iWorld contain chrome and metallic colors and cool colors to balance out the monochromatic palette. And as you'll see, the inspiration board for iWorld. The final megatrend, reduce, involves the continual shift in importance of keeping things simple. The color choices for reduce are mostly inspired by nature and have hearty tones to support this modest megatrend. And finally, the inspiration board for reduce. Now, we will break down these three megatrends and focus on the subtrends that will emerge from these. So as you will see, evolution and the flight has three subtrends: nomadic lifestyle, the melting pot, and divine grunge. The second megatrend, iWorld, has three subtrends: Android, connectivity, and transparencies. And the third megatrend, reduce, has naivety, American basics, and washed out. Starting with evolution and the flight, we see the portrait of a woman which embodies the aesthetic for the evolution and flight subtrend. This lady is curious and a determined dream seeker. She loves a mixture of cultures and styles because of her travels. Subtrend 1, nomadic lifestyle. The definition of a nomad is one who roams about from place to place aimlessly, frequently, or without a fixed pattern. The inspiration specifically comes from the Tibetan nomads of Western China. The patterns for a nomadic lifestyle include colored furs and chunky knits. Geometric and striped patterns also complete this subtrend. Nomadic lifestyle silhouettes involve an abundance of layering, from maxi skirts to sweaters and topped off with a fur coat or throw. These fashion sketches portray a coat with fur collar and pant combo, and another ensemble featuring a cable knit sweater dress. The second subtrend under evolution and the flight is labeled the melting pot. This refers to a place where a variety of cultures and individuals assimilate into one. The inspirational direction for the melting pot comes from graphic shapes and bold colors, which directly relates to the acceptance of individuality in the melting pot communities. Now onto the fabrics and patterns. Graphic and geometric prints are directly transferred from the initial inspiration for the melting pot. Small dots and color blocking is also an important element. As seen in a blend of cultures, silhouettes are a quirky combination of feminine and masculine, eccentric and classic. The fashion illustrations convey the eclectic aesthetic of the melting pot using a mixture of contrasting silhouettes and color choices. The last subtrend of evolution in the flight is divine grunge, the ironic combination of soft grunge with religious influences. Soft grunge in itself is a lighthearted and more feminine take on being hardcore. Take that in addition to Mother Mary, and you have divine grunge. Obscure digital prints of crystals, crosses, and other religious symbols will be used on everything from woven button-ups to nylon tights. Metallic leather and iridescent fabrics will be seen this season as well. Capes and hooded garments represent a key silhouette for divine grunge. The angelic and religious drapery is important in connection with woven button-ups and various collar styles. The fashion sketch on the left combines a cape-like shawl with a bustier with geometric cutouts. The figure on the right is a button-up with arm splits to create diversity. Now, as you will recall, the second megatrend is eye world. The portrait of a woman portrays a serious and analytical female. She understands technology to its fullest, and she's confident with who she is. Subtrend 1 for iWorld is Android. This refers to a robot resembling a human being. Metallic and structured additions make up the inspiration for the subtrend, merging pure beauty with robot-like features. Laser-cut fabrics are a key element of Android, as well as metallic leather and iridescent fabrics. The silhouettes include 3D angular cuts, belted waists, architectural overlays, and geometric cutouts. The fashion sketches represent the belted waist and transparent overlays. The second subtrend of iWorld is connectivity. This is the ability to connect and to communicate with one another. The inspiration comes from the merging and relativity of elements that are similar. The patterns for connectivity reflect geometric shapes, connected circles, and prism graphics. Lightweight fabrics like chiffons will be used along with heavier suiting. The silhouettes are simple and long, so the connectivity patterns can be the most important factor here. And as you can see, the fashion sketches for connectivity have very simple silhouettes that are very long, so that the patterns of connectivity can be portrayed. So here we have on the left a maxi skirt and a knit sweater, along on the right hand side a more geometric shaped shift dress. The final subtrend of iWorld is transparencies, influenced by light shining through objects and the translucency of certain textiles. The fabrics include iridescent and translucent vinyl and nylons. Iridescent sheer fabrics will also be used. Silhouettes for transparencies are a mixture of structured and oversized pieces in combination to organic shapes. The figure on the left uses transparencies in the skirt, while the leggings in figure 2 have translucent elements as well. The final megatrend is reduce. The portrait of a woman reflects a lady that is intellectual and resourceful and is inspired by simplicity, architecture, and nostalgia. The first subtrend of reduce is labeled naivety, which is something marked by unaffected simplicity. Simple graphics, blocks of colors, and the idea of child's play. Scalloped collars, lace, woven fabrics, and sheer fabrics come together to create a simplistic thinking aesthetic. You'll see in the silhouette that the school child look is being manipulated in a more simple and sophisticated way. Blazers, button-ups, and fitted sweaters are all seen here. On the sketches, the figure on the left has a knee-length pleated skirt paired with a fitted knit and collared blouse underneath. The right figure pairs a sweater vest with a blouse, high-waisted shorts, and thigh highs. American Basics is the second subtrend. This inspiration comes from the traditional social ideals of the United States, such as equality, democracy, and material prosperity. These ideals, along with the idea of an American rebel, fueled the aesthetic for this subtrend. The patterns of American Basics blend June Cleaver with American pride by using small polka dots and star patterns. Denim and leather are also key fabrics used in American Basics. The silhouettes of American Basics really stay true to the title. Denim on denim is popular, and combining chambray and leather is a simple and edgy look. Pants layered with button-ups and jackets is the main piece. The illustration shows one sketch with white distressed denim and an oversized cotton button-up. The second sketch has an American pin-up girl aesthetic and represents the colors of the USA. And finally, the last subtrend is wash out. The idea comes from washing free from an extraneous substance. The influence comes from the mixture of fleeting colors and how water in connection with colors create an interesting image. The fabrics are simple. Cotton jersey and knit provide an interesting texture for the washed out style. Watercolor patterns will be used in the various silhouettes, which I will introduce now. Volumized skirts and pleated trousers make up the bottoms portion of the washed out trend, and the tops involve sweaters, structured blouses, and tailored jackets. These silhouettes provide an interesting background for the washed out patterns. The fashion sketch on the right pairs a tailored jacket with a pair of washed out tights, and the figure on the left combined a fitted top with a voluminous skirt with a monochromatic wash on top. And that concludes the color and trend forecasting by contrast. Thank you for watching.